What's shaking? Hey, I'm Rick Jordan, and today we're going all in. Have you ever heard this? It's like people try to make people feel better, if they're in like a bad state of life or something like that. And I understand that there's good intentions behind this phrase of saying, oh, well, you showed up today. That's good. That's the first step. You showed up. Or you know what? Showing up is the first part of the battle. You did good because you just showed up today. That's awesome. Hey, I'm glad you showed up today, because you're here and that's all that matters. Bullshit. I'm going to challenge that today because showing up is none of the battle. No joke. Showing up is just getting to the starting line so that you can actually fight the battle. That's it. Because if you show up, you still have the option to go home. Just showing up and just being there and being present is not what winning is all about. Showing up is not what accomplishing a mission is all about. Do you think the military has that for real? If they just showed up and be like, hey, I'm here, look at me. Well, great. How are we going to win a war if you're just sitting on your ass over there? Okay? Showing up is nothing when it comes to actually accomplishing what you want to. You might be having a bad point in your life today, and you know what? That's okay. And it may be really, really tough for you to even get out of bed in the morning. You know what is awesome? What's really, really awesome is thinking how your life is going to be different when you follow through with everything that you need to. Showing up is just a part of that, right? Showing up is just getting to that starting line. Staying in bed is not even going to that starting line. You think I keep having this image when I talk about this about a racehorse, right? But how much goes into that before they even get to the starting line? That's what the point is here, because if that racehorse just shows up and that's it, did none of the training before, did none of the effort before to actually get into that, how are they going to be a prize-winning animal? No jockey is going to ride that horse. None, because that horse is new. You talk about if you're going to go into a business or something like that. And you see, here's the thing is that the battle is actually showing up today, tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, every single day after. It doesn't matter if there's bad weather. It doesn't matter if your mood's bad. It doesn't matter how you're feeling in that moment because you still have to show up. And by showing up, I mean just getting to that starting line and then following through with the actions that you need to win the day. Sometimes, I'm so compassionate and empathetic. Other times I give kicks in the pants because it bugs me when people are like, oh, you know what? This is just what I get for showing up. Even in compensation plans in my company, there is no such thing for just showing up. If I have a base salary or something like that, that's why incentive compensation plans, I freaking love them because it has to do with actually doing the work, not showing up. Showing up is none of the battle. Actually doing the work is the battle. Actually following through is the battle. Showing up just puts you in the right position. So you know what? If it was a tough day, I'm not going to minimize that for you. If it was difficult for you to get out of bed because of all the circumstances that are going on, this is where it becomes a choice. Because that's great. You can get ready. You can get your ass out of bed. You can show up at work. You can show up in the relationship. You can show up for your kids. You can show up for everybody else. But it's no good to anybody, especially yourself, if that's all you do. Showing up is not the battle. Showing up is not what people are expecting for you because showing up means the whole freaking thing, not just being like, hey, I'm here. I made it. Thank goodness I got out of bed today. Aren't you glad that I got out of bed today? Yeah, come on now. I'm glad that you actually came here to get something done. That's what I care about. I'm glad that you came here to actually resolve this conflict. I'm glad that you came here with the intention to see this through to the end, to the outcome that we want. That is sexy. That is attractive. That is powerful. That is gives people the inspiration to follow you as a leader. It's incredible when you have that intention. That's great. I'm glad you're here. Now let's get to work. That's great. I'm glad that you're here. Now we got some jobs to do. That's great. I'm glad you're here. Let's repair this relationship. Isn't that amazing? That's what we're talking about. And this is hard hitting today. Rapid fire. I love these rapid fire ones because I get pumped up about them. So you know what? When you show up, just be like, oh my gosh, today's not, you know what? My battle could be showing up today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, and the next day after that. But that's the whole thing, because in the process, you're not just sitting there on your ass. Your intention is to do what it takes to get what you want, to achieve whatever outcome it is that you desire for your life. Go all in.